Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today we will tell you another exciting story from Fables of the Forest. And where sunlight dripped through the leaves like liquid gold, lived a young hunter named Aaron. You see, he had a dream to hunt the most elusive beast in the Whisperwood, the very heart of the forest, the magnificent Silver Fang. This creature, a wolf larger than any other, with fur as white as snow. Days turned into nights, and still Aaron hunted. He tracked the beast by its footprints, followed its fleeting scent, and listened for the rustle of its passing. But the Silver Fang was a phantom, always just out of sight, always a heartbeat away. The Silver Fang stood before him, magnificent and ethereal, its fur shimmering like moonlight on snow, its eyes shining with wisdom and wildness. He knew the chase wasn't over. This was only the beginning. For a moment, they just stared at each other, the hunter and the legend, each understanding that this was a moment that would echo through time. And a bite that could fill a man faster than you could blink had become a legend. It was the sound of the forest's heart, the call of the wild. And somehow, Aaron knew it was the song of the Silver Fang. And after what seemed like an eternity, he saw it again, a fleeting glimpse of white fur, a flash of silver teeth, the unmistakable form of the Silver Fang. Had he missed? Was the Silver Fang mortally wounded? Or perhaps it had been all for naught. Despite his skill as a hunter, he hadn't been prepared for the sheer power of the Silver Fang. But Aaron was different. Looking at the Silver Fang, he saw not just a legendary beast. It was a tough choice, one that went against everything his village had taught him. But in the depths of his soul, Aaron knew what he had to do. But a living, breathing creature who had fought valiantly, bravely enduring the pain of a mortal wound. Just when despair threatened to engulf him, a soft whimper echoed through the trees. With a steady hand and a heart full of respect, he drew his bow, an arrow nocked, and aimed at the heart of the beast. Aaron stood there, his bow still pulled, his arrow disappearing into the thick undergrowth. The Silver Fang was gone. In its place was a magnificent woman with skin as white as snow, hair like spun moonlight, and eyes that shone with an otherworldly glow, and the rustling of leaves that told the tale of the hunter who became legend, his name echoing through the ages, not just as a great hunter, but as a symbol of harmony between humanity and nature, a testament to the power of choice and the magic that resides in the heart of a true hero. The hunter who chose mercy over might, and in doing so, became one with the forest and its magic. From that day forward, Aaron became a legend himself, a symbol of harmony between humanity and nature, proving that true heroism lies not in conquest, but in compassion and understanding. Renowned for his skill and courage, he ventured into the mystical Whisperwood to hunt the elusive Silver Fang, a creature of legend. In a moment of truth, Aaron chose to spare the creature's life, healing its mortal wounds instead of delivering the final blow. Then, summoning the forest's magic, he healed the beast's wounds, easing its pain and mending its broken body. The villagers, who once celebrated his prowess as a hunter, now revered him as a hero, a champion of the forest. They gathered in the town square, sharing tales of Aaron's bravery and his connection to the mystical beings of the woods. If you want to hear more stories like this, stay tuned. Goodbye. She touched his hand, and in that touch, he felt the connection between them, the bond forged in the heart of the wisp. A profound silence descended upon the forest, broken only by the gentle rustling of leaves. And in that moment, Aaron understood. The Silver Fang hadn't been a mere beast. It was a guardian spirit of the forest, a protector of the Whisperwood's ancient ways. Time slowed. The forest held its breath, and in that moment, Aaron knew this was more than just a hunt. This was a dance with destiny. Many hunters had tried to capture it, but all had returned empty-handed, some even bearing scars that told tales of the Silver Fang's ferocity. There, nestled in a bed of leaves, lay the Silver Fang, its magnificent form now small and vulnerable. Its eyes, once shining with wildness, were dull with pain and blood. Yes, blood stained the leaves around its head, a stark contrast to its pristine white fur. Now, Aaron wasn't just any hunter. Oh, no. He was renowned throughout the land for his skills with a bow and arrow. His arrows never missed their mark, and his tracking abilities were as keen as a hawk's. Every villager knew the name Aaron, the swift and sure. Let's get started. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of an ancient forest, nestled between towering trees that whispered secrets to the wind. But despite his fame, Aaron wasn't content. Now, most folks would have considered Aaron daft to even attempt such a hunt, but he wasn't, most folks. See, Aaron had a gift, a connection to the forest that some might call magic. He understood the language of the birds, the secrets carried by the streams, and the stories etched into the bark of trees. So when the full moon shone bright and the forest held its breath, Aaron set out to find the Silver Fang. He moved through the Whisperwood as silently as a shadow, his steps barely disturbing the carpet of fallen leaves. Just when Aaron's hope began to dwindle, he heard it, a low, mournful howl that echoed through the ancient trees. Then, as if the forest itself had parted to reveal its secrets, Aaron found it. And then, As suddenly as it appeared, the Silver Fang vanished into the emerald twilight, leaving Aaron standing there with the forest as his only witness. So Aaron pressed on, following the whispers of the wind, the guidance of the stars, and the haunting melody of the Silver Fang's howl. This time, Aaron was ready. As the arrow flew, the world seemed to stand still. And then, just as swiftly as it had appeared, the Silver Fang vanished. Moments stretched into hours, and doubt began to creep into Aaron's heart. Following the sound, Aaron found a small den, hidden amidst the roots of an ancient oak. It was then that Aaron realized his arrow had found its mark. But it wasn't the clean kill he had intended. Now, most hunters, upon seeing such a sight, would have felt only triumph. In that instant, Aaron made a choice. He could end the Silver Fang's suffering quickly, or he could let the creature live, respecting its strength and dignity. With gentle hands, he caressed the Silver Fang's head, whispering words of solace. When the sun rose, painting the sky with hues of gold and crimson, Aaron woke to an incredible sight. She looked at Aaron, her gaze filled with gratitude and respect. The woman, for that is what she was, a woman of the forest, of moonlight and magic, knelt before Aaron. And then, as if emerging from a dream, she faded away, leaving Aaron kneeling in the soft earth, the rising sun, painting the forest in golden light. News of Aaron's encounter spread like wildfire through the whisper, but Aaron remained humble. He knew that his true reward wasn't in their admiration, but in the whispers of the wind, the songs of the birds. And so, as the years passed, Aaron continued to live in the Whisperwood, becoming an integral part of the forest's tapestry. Once upon a time, long ago, in a realm where magic danced with nature, there lived a valiant hunter named Aaron. Through days and nights, he tracked the beast, guided by the forest's secrets, until he encountered the Silver Fang in its ethereal form. As a reward for his mercy and respect, the Silver Fang transformed into a mystical woman of the forest, forever connecting Aaron to the magic of the whisper. So ends our tale of today. We hope you liked the story.